Hello and welcome to episode A11.
11.
Delicious. Of The Sting of Time, the podcast slash video series where I, Leeloo, and you, Oskar, watched The Scorpion King 52 times in a row. We did something special today.
Very special. Extraordinary experiences have been had here.
Yes.
This viewing.
Through our combined might. It is definitely the impetus for the idea was from you.
I am responsible.
You brought forth the idea of watching the movie without sound and with the entirety of the score from Nosferatu.
Yes.
From 1922.
Classic 1922.
100 years old today.
Yes.
Or not today, I guess, but
this year.
This year. Maybe it is today. You should check.
Happy birth year is a weird thing to say.
Yes.
But I said it.
Nosferatu, the 15th of March. So not that far off, to be honest.
No. But yeah, it's when I pitched the idea of of watching the movie in black and white with the audio from Nosferatu, it was mostly as a I'll just throw it in there, and then it would be kind of funny, kind of stupid. It turned out to be a very, very interesting experience to watch it in that fashion. It way exceeded what I was expecting from it.
Yes. Can add that we did watch it, as you said, we watched it without sound, with subtitles. We didn't really need the subtitles, but they were okay.
No, the subtitles kind of emulated like the dialogue cards from silent movies.
And I think that helps because of how shitty the subs are, because the subs show like an entire conversation.
Yeah, they really take up real estate on the screen.
So, and they also are sort of mistimed in that way, and that you get a lot more. But so we did that through VLC. We made it black and white. We deleted all the saturation.
Yeah.
And then we upped the contrast a bunch and added film grain. These are all built-in functions. Oh, we also watched it in 4:3.
Yeah, it changed the aspect ratio.
Yes, so squashed 4:3. We didn't crop it, but I think that was also better. Don't want to. Every frame of the Scorpion King has so much information, so
a visual treat.
And you said we sort of did this basically as a meme, but I think there are sort of two aspects to this, which I figured we could talk about in succession. The first is a lot of times the soundtrack for Nosferatu matches up pretty damn well with the Scorpion King.
Hauntingly well. There were several, even very several points in the movie where we were simply, in disbelief over how well it matched. And I remember that I had said sometime in the interim between hatching this idea and us actually watching it, I was talking about it like I was thinking, if we're gonna watch it with Nosferatu audio, maybe we should take another silent movie. Maybe it won't be. Maybe it's a bad idea. It won't match too well. It will just become boring. Nothing could be further from the truth. It was a ride, to say the least.
I think it, especially in the beginning, there was lots of like scene change, music changes, or revelation, sting,
the dramatic close-up, or somebody brandishing a sword, or that sort of thing.
Him falling down, Buster Keatoning with the wheel and then falling down was really good. There was like a
early on in when they get ambushed in the camp, was one of the things where I think you said it, or me, who cares, but like specifically mentioned like,
I think there's almost a rule here that if you don't know who said it, then it was me.
yeah,
I
might be
think
that way.
I think every single time you said someone said it, I think it was me. Then it's definitely me.
Never mind that. Nobody cares about that. That's irrelevant. What I was talking about was in when they're attacking the encampment in the beginning, Memnon's camp,
Yes.
and you were saying, oh, it would be some version of it. It would be so amazing if the music, what if it goes crazy when they reveal the archers and they get shot down? And that's exactly what happens.
What happened.
Exactly that happened. That was when it truly started to sink in that we have done something incredible here.
Yeah, this is something truly special.
And also in the vein of being something truly special, I think this is the first truly undebatably unique thing that only you and I have experienced in the world.
Exactly. This is
nobody else
no one's
has
ever
watched
done
the
this.
Scorpion King with Nosferatu's audio in black and white.
Yeah.
Plenty people in the world, I'm sure, have watched Scorpion King 11 times. I'm sure there's people out there who have in their lifetime watched it 11 times somewhere. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Plenty. Maybe there's like two or something.
Maybe a few. Maybe nobody has done this. No one anywhere. Guaranteed.
Nobody. Well, nobody's done this, of course, but nobody with their full, unhindered mental capacity has watched the movie 11 times. I think
with undivided attention as well.
But I think the fact that we have seen it 10 times before made it that much, because I don't think you can do this, or you could do it as your first watching, but knowing the movie, it puts a new perspective on it, but I don't think most people value getting a new perspective on Scorpion King. I think that's mostly you and me.
Yeah, we definitely value it.
I think our ratio for valuing new angles on the Scorpion King is a bit skewed, but the fact that we've seen it so much makes this viewing, I think, better, because you can you don't really have to pay attention to what people say, because you know what they say.
Exactly.
And you don't have to pay attention to the plot that much either, because you know the plot. So I think that helps.
Definitely.
But so that was like one part. It felt like it matched pretty well in terms of beats. It sort of it struggles a little bit more in the end. Sort of.
Yeah, we had a bit of a snag in general at the end, because it turns out we knew this ahead of time, but I think we slightly underestimated it, that the running time for Nosferatu is 11 minutes shorter than
I think
the running.
if you delete this,
I was gonna get to that like in the player, so to say, it's 11 minutes, but that's a lot though, including credits and all that.
It's more like 4, I think, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. So what ends up happening is that at the very end of the movie, like in the tail end of the final fight against Memnon, like
it's basically it cuts out before he shoots Memnon with the arrow.
Exactly.
So.
And we had predicted this. And had like, we'll just make, because we had Nosferatu on YouTube. You can watch it on YouTube. Yes. Everybody should. It's very good. But we had it in a YouTube playlist, and then following Nosferatu, we had like this compilation of silent
this
movie
fucking
music.
Random.
Yeah, and it was not no good.
Yeah,
it wasn't good at all, and it basically cut to like this bombastic. Symphony orchestra of Nosferatu to like the Three Stooges.
It's like bad Three Stooges music.
Yeah,
it's like I don't think that's exactly. I think that's someone else. It's like some royalty-free moron who's put a filter on it.
Because I was already expecting that, like, it's gonna be, it's gonna be completely different and fun, but it was just completely different and bad.
Yeah.
So that was a bit of a shame.
Yeah. But if one wants to do this. I'd suggest like maybe take out Nosferatu's music, and then when you get to like the 1 hour point or something, just go back 4 minutes and like
Yeah, exactly.
cut it together. I think that would be way better.
That that also reminds me that we mused a bit during the movie regarding if we should have played it at slightly faster speed to
Yeah.
emulate how silent movies
Yeah, they
are
look,
shot.
you know, they
Exactly. We ended up not doing that. We watched it, normal speed with the filters and stuff, and it definitely felt at times that you could have gained a lot by having it play slightly faster in terms of immersion and selling that this is a silent movie. But we also would have lost a lot of the very
specific timings.
very hauntingly perfect timings.
But I think you could, like, you can't do this in VLC, I don't think. But if you really wanted to do this, you could probably like import the Scorpion King as a file, ripped from your DVD or Blu-ray, of course.
Of course.
And you could put it in a document, and you could say make the FPS like 18 frames or like 14 frames or something.
Yeah.
So you're cutting out frames, but they last longer. So you get the same runtime, but you get less frames. I think that could work as well.
Yeah.
If so you want something shopping. But I was gonna get to this. So that was like part one of the thing, right? Wow, I can't believe these things are matching up so decently well. I'm getting the sun in my eyes.
Just like in Nosferatu.
But part two of this is that the movie like transforms. It becomes something else. We're both Conan fans.
Yes, very.
I think both, like in almost every possible aspect. I don't think we like. Maybe we're not like super like Conan comic book fans or something. I don't know like what all the transmedia Conan things are, but like the sword and sorcery. Let's say that instead. Exactly. We're sword and sorcery fans, and it truly becomes, because we mused about this before, is this a sword and sorcery movie? Is this a sword and sorcery story?
A common topic in these lands.
Yes. And I think we even talked about it on the podcast.
Yes.
But it truly becomes that.
Yes, absolutely. I said multiple times during this viewing that the movie feels a lot more, how should I put it in English, but it feels a lot more, I guess, like dramatic, poignant, or whatever.
Yeah, I think I said in the beginning of the movie that, wow, it has such gravitas all of a sudden.
Exactly. Like you feel a lot more invested in everything that's going on. It feels a lot more real in a sense. I remember also that I specifically said in when like the final confrontation against Memnon starts, with the assassin and the sorcerers, like a final fight against Memnon, that entire sequence with Matthias like swinging down on the drape thing and all that, and I said like that this is just Conan right now, and not specifically like Arnold Schwarzenegger Conan the Barbarian, but this is Robert E. Howard's Conan tales put into motion. Like I could absolutely buy that. This is what he saw when he wrote Conan.
Exactly.
It felt very. It was very cool. It was an unironically cool experience for me.
Yeah, I think so too. There was like so many like. I think I commented on. Maybe it was me. I don't know, but it was probably you. Now that I'm thinking about it, but when he gets captured, when he gets forked, all the weird like facial overacting works super well when it's a silent movie because you buy it. It doesn't feel weird at all.
Yeah. It's like
And
a complete reversal of what you would usually feel
yeah,
watching that kind of thing,
like the
which is
bad
interesting.
qualities become good, sort of.
Exactly.
Um, and the contrast, like the black and white and the contrast, makes certain what do you call it, like metallic objects, I guess, become really
Yeah, exactly.
really like the contrast because of the way they're reflecting light makes the white spots so white, just like me right now with the sun in my face. And Memnon has like this
Yeah.
chainmail weird, like it looks
Yeah,
like a
so
weird Marvel movie thing, like
yeah, like there's a lot of gold and stuff
yeah.
everywhere.
And it looks, when you're just watching the movie, it looks super ridiculous. It's sort of
Yeah, it's
just
like,
like what,
wow, is this really the costume? Wow,
yeah.
this looks so generic.
But in this, what it does is that everyone else is like super bland and washed out, and it's like since we cranked the contrast, the blacks are super black.
Yes.
That sounds really racist, taken out of context, but like the color black.
Luckily, you're in.
Yeah, context. I am inside context right now. But Memnon, when he's introduced, he's like, "Dude, this is the king. Look at it. The movie's screaming, this is the king."
We said that both Memnon and also the sorceress, who wears a similar gilded garb, they both gain a completely new, like, divine quality to them. And I remember you pointed out specifically Memnon's dagger that he takes from Matthias and then has in his belt. It looks like it glows with divine providence. So
yeah, and it does come back in the movie. It is like
exactly.
a thing. It's not only like, oh, he kills his brother with it,
Yeah.
but he also kills the chest man with the same knife.
Yeah, that was another scene that was, as it were, extremely close to being perfect, like sync with the music and everything. How in that scene, this was probably one of the best ones. But when the sorceress walks out and reveals herself to the party guests, the music became this triumphant, like, here she is.
Yeah, and I think the subtitles at that point say like poignant crowd surprise or something like that, and it just like matches perfectly.
I was the poignant surprised crowd.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what else to say really. It was really quite good.
Yes, it was a very, refreshingly good Scorpion King experience.
Yeah, I think this is the best the movie has ever been.
Absolutely the best viewing, without a doubt.
And presumably the only time we're gonna watch it like this. So
yes,
but
the one and only.
It's pretty crazy because maybe we can move into feelings and and best parts of the movie and all that. And I can begin. I'm seldomly the one that begins, so because I'm feeling pretty elated. Not only was this a great watch, but it just dawned on me that we're on watch 11, and maybe it will never get better than this. That's a downer way to look at it, a very, very negative one. Yes. But if you asked me, viewing 8 or 10, anything, if you asked me, okay, do you think any watch is gonna be? Have you peaked? I would have definitely said yes. I would have said yes forever. No fucking way it's gonna get better. It's only gonna get worse. And we can like spoilers here, I guess, but we have a document that's sort of a loose planning document of like, oh, what can we do? Are we gonna watch it online? Are we gonna watch it at my place, your place? We're gonna go to fucking IKEA to watch it. And this was one of the planned things, and it just fills me with some sort of relief. Because let me tell you, going home from work today, I I was feeling okay. It was nice weather. I was gonna go home and work on editing a thing. And it just dawned on me that I was gonna have to watch the Scorpion King, and my mood dropped.
Snuck up on you.
Yeah, I had sort of forgotten it. It's been one of those longer periods again.
Yeah,
8 days instead of 7. But what a fucking reversal, right? What a
yes,
reversal.
absolutely. It brings us hope for future viewings.
Yes.
Absolutely. If this viewing was this good, it feels like, even if future viewings might not be reach this level, at least this level was reached.
Yeah, exactly. And
It's
maybe we'll get close, you never know.
exactly.
We might even get better. That's
Yeah.
also possible.
I feel a bit like, I feel like, Boromir and Faramir, when Boromir tells him, "Remember this day, little brother." That's the energy I have. So I hope I don't get shot by a million arrows and die.
Yeah, well, there was there's a Tolkien novel, so there's like 4 years between those, right?
That's true.
So you'll at least get to finish the 52 Scorpion King viewings before you die.
That is a relief.
I have a really hard time saying if I have a favorite part of the movie.
There were so many good parts.
So much stuff, and so much of it was just like generally good. But I think for me, the sequence that just felt the best in general was probably, and this a bit of a shocker here or something. I don't know. It was probably Matthias fighting Balthasar, because it had like suspenseful, dramatic music, and then lots of times where the stings sort of matched up with the hits.
Very back and forth also.
Yeah, and then when he gets hit with the with the
electric.
Yeah, but it's God, what's it called? Hink. What's hink?
The bucket.
The bucket. When he gets hit with the bucket, it went to this like really ominous music, and I think it was great. So that was probably the best for me.
Yeah, for me, I would do a disservice to myself if I didn't pick the one that I already described, kind of. But the start of the final fight against Memnon in the palace, it completely blew me away. How much it just felt like a truly like encapsulated classic sword and sorcery feel, and specifically like sword and sorcery literature. Like it felt like it jumped off the page, and it's so interesting to me how it can be that
so
way.
Different.
Yeah, exactly, because and we said multiple times during the viewing, like oh, this is so cool, this is the mood is completely different, wow, I'm appreciating this in a different way. And it speaks so much for how sound is so important in like movies and media, games, everything. How if you fill a movie with a bunch of butt rock and weird inconsistent soundtrack or predictable cues and stuff, it just becomes this like clown show thing. But then you do something like this and it's like a completely different experience.
Yeah, I think we shouldn't underestimate what the black and white and the cropping and all that does as well. I think that does a lot.
Yeah, but I mean that contributes so much to it.
Yeah. I think it might be a short episode. I don't know. Generally, it's sort of filled with some sort of complaining.
Yeah, like weird complaining and all sorts of stuff. But I don't feel like complaining. I don't want to look for things to complain about because I'm happy. It's I've had a good time. Why ruin it?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll I guess we'll call it then.
Yeah,
we're happy for once. You should be happy for us, even if One of, I don't know, the 4 people who watch this said they get 10 minutes less of Scorpion King discussion. Maybe it's good a little bit less here and there. Last time was a lot more, so
they shouldn't worry because I can guarantee there's a lot more to come.
yes, plenty more to come. We'll catch you guys next week.